Hey y'all, hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows, y'all. It's Friday night, so of course, we got to talk about OWN's Ready to Live. This is season 9, episode 8, Exes Meet the Nexes. Before we get into it, y'all, please do not hesitate to click that thumbs up button for me, y'all. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel, turn on your bell notifications. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of the episode, and share the video where you like to share your content. I apologize if I have low energy on this video, y'all. I'm feeling like I'm coming down with something, and y'all know I'm a teacher, and it'd be Germ City in there, okay? So the kids, they be coughing, they don't know how to cover their mouth because they're special needs, even though I be showing them and they think it's funny, but they still don't do it. But anyway, so I feel like I need to just rest and take care of myself. So I know we're behind. We still gotta do Love is Blind and we gotta do Bold and Bougie. So hopefully if I feel better this weekend, I will get to both of those. But I can do Ready to Love for sure tonight and get that done. Let me know what y'all thought of this episode. This episode didn't really give much, in my opinion, anyway. So we really don't even need to be here that long. But let's get into it. Um, the most interesting, well, one interesting thing I will say was this scene behind me with Nephew Tommy coming on Meeka's date, and we'll get into that more later. But anyway, so um basically the episode picks up with the ladies in the ladies' lounge. Nephew Tommy hears them talking. He's asking about, how did it go with meeting the guy's friends. Hopefully he got a lot of insight from those dates last week. And he said, um, this week, we want you to introduce the fellas to your exes. So the ladies are not sure how that's going to go. But first we do see, I believe the first date we saw was Patrice introducing her ex Dro to Alonso and William, right? So when I saw Dro, I thought to myself, oh, Patrice definitely has a type. She has a type. She likes like a different type of guy. Which is nothing wrong with that. So Dro was like, what you got me here for? She's talking to her sweet voice. She's like, I want you to meet some men. He said, you want to meet some men? She's like, just two. She said she's trying to get her groove back like Stella. So Alonso came and William came. William said he's tired of having to share Patrice. He wants her all to himself. Doesn't know how the show works, William, but okay. Anyway, Dro asked them how they felt about, him and Patrice still being friends. They both said they were, okay with that about it. They weren't, jealous or anything. Somebody, I think Alonso asked why they didn't work out. Dro said that, they dated or whatever. They ended up realizing they would be better as friends, which he's glad about because he ended up getting married and he used to be a whore. Okay, so he's glad that. I guess Patrice was the stepping stone for him to get married. Ain't that how it always go, ladies? Anywho, um, I think he asked them both what they like about Patrice, and so Alonso likes how straightforward she is and how she could throw out some curveballs and things like that. And Dro pretty much said kind of the same thing, like she'll throw out some things, but she's a real one. She's a good woman. You're getting right here. Alonso's like, yes, her name is good in these streets. So then he's like, okay, what don't you like about her? Turn to her. Tell me what you don't like about her. And so I don't think Alonso said anything he didn't like about Patrice. I don't remember her mentioning that. Patrice, when he asked Patrice, Patrice said the only thing she doesn't like about him is that he doesn't show his serious side. She can't tell when he's joking around or when he's being serious or not. And so he said, okay, like, he knows that that's something he wants to work on because he wants to show her his serious side. He gonna work on it. All right. So then William said the only thing he didn't like was that what he doesn't like about Patrice is that she said something about she likes to get tans. And so then Joe's like, hold on, brother, hold on. So what you mean to tell me is that you don't like something that this woman is doing that makes her feel good about herself? And he's like, no, that's not what it is. He's like, the way she said it, I didn't care for because she said she's too high yellow. And so he's like, yeah, but you're telling me you don't like something that she's doing for herself. And he's like, no, what it is like, I'm adopted. And I always went through, it was my thing because I always felt like it wasn't good enough because I was adopted. And it kind of triggered that in me. Now, I don't know how William always goes back to this adoption of his. And I don't mean that in no shady way, but this is like the third or fourth time he didn't brought it back to that. I don't know. So anyway, Joe understood that once he explained it. Patrice said the thing he doesn't like about Alonso is that he doesn't like the fact that what Patrice doesn't like about William, I'm sorry. Patrice doesn't like the fact that when William gets upset or he gets angry or something, he'll kind of go away for a while. And he said, he's not walking away from the whole situation. He just needs to cool down and he likes peace. Everything's not going to be good all the time, but he does appreciate peace in his life. Alonso was like, what? Like the questions what Joe was asking, like, what you don't like about her? He was like, what the heck? Like this man. But he was like, he understood because that's how he is. Like, he liked it because Alonso is all about the shock value, and he liked that Dro was like that as well, and he likes that Patrice is like that. So that's why I said Patrice got a type, and I actually feel like I like Alonso better for Patrice than William, even though Alonso's younger, maybe he's more immature. I don't know, but I don't know, something about them works for me and makes sense to me. They look like a nice looking couple. They kind of have similar aesthetics, similar ways about them. So I like that. I think they have a good time together. I don't know if they could build a foundation on it. That would be my only concern, but I like it. So then the men leave. Joe said he feels like Alonso is a good catch. He has a lot of potential. That would be a good fit for her. But he said also, but if you want like a real man that's serious, that's ready, you want to go with William. Patrice said, it's a hard decision that she has to make. She don't know. So anywho, next we see Maya go on a date with William and Justin to introduce her ex to both of them. Her ex name was West, I believe. We also saw, I believe, Vanessa introducing her ex Thomas to Dominique and Chaz. We'll talk about Maya first. So Maya's ex was cute, so okay, he looked good. I wanted to know what happened with him. Now somebody on Twitter was saying that they looked like they still was getting it in. I don't know if I picked up on that after I watched it a few times. I still don't know if I picked up on it, but anyway. Justin was like, who's this other man here? So anyway, he asked them about like, what they're ready for, what do they see in Maya, things like that, the same old y'all. And so William was saying how he's been married twice before. So then Wes is asking him, what makes you think you're ready for marriage now, like again? And so he's like, oh, well, this, I want to be married for, if I'm getting married, basically I'm getting married for intention. I want something that lasts forever. So he's like, well, the other two, you didn't want them to last forever. And he's like, you got to put in that work with her. And, Maya's a good person. She's a good woman. He said a lot of great positive things about Maya for sure. Maybe he still likes her. I don't know. Justin, he said that, with Maya, she's beautiful. She's this and that. Okay. So anywho, Wes asked Justin what he does for a living. He said he's a teacher. So Wes was like, oh, y'all talk about finances? Yeah, y'all talk about, money and stuff. He's like, did she say she ready to live a humble lifestyle? Like, not a humble lifestyle. So Justin was like, well, I'm a teacher and I ain't making over 100,000, which he is not as a teacher. Unfortunately, as teachers are underpaid. And so he's like, I don't know. He's like, is that not enough for her? I don't know. And so William said he not gonna have a problem with that because, he is a 16-year veteran and he has other sources of income as well. They made a joke about money. Justin said, if Maya is the type that is focused on money, then he doesn't think he would really have a chance with her. Wes gave his opinion on both the men at the end. Maya feels like Justin got a little, discouraged about the money thing. I told Justin, me and him just need to go and get this admin credential so we can get to the bag. See, because when we become principal like Kenneth on Love is Blind, we could be making in the 100,000s, okay? Now, I don't know how much you're going to make in Dallas, Texas, but I know in Cali, we could get over 100,000 when we become principal, okay? Or assistant principal. As long as we get our admin credential and get an admin level job, we can get over that 100,000, Justin. So let's just go and get our credential. So anyway, Yeah, they had a good time. So then, like I said, a date with Dominique, Chaz, and Vanessa. Vanessa is introducing them to her ex Thomas. Dominique asked, how did they meet? Vanessa says she met Thomas through Thomas's mom. They used to work together. And so Dominique's asking, like, oh, how is that now? With you guys being a friendship now, you guys had intimacy because he was in a similar situation where he met somebody through his mom or their mom or something like that. And I was like, what that got to do with anything? Anyway, Thomas said, they're friends now and they both have emotional intelligence to know what it is. And also they both said like they ain't besties. Like they keep in touch, but they ain't like super close anyway. And Chaz also brought flowers to the date. Kudos to Chaz. Dominique told me, oh, I gotta take a picture of this, take notes. Like, how are you just buying your own flowers? Dominique, you're doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. So anyway, um, Thomas is asking both of them what do they want out of this situation. And Dominic definitely said he wants marriage and he wants his own kids, but he's open to date someone who has kids. Chaz said, he feels like he has everything, but he definitely wants marriage. Chaz also shared that him and Vanessa connect spiritually, emotionally, physically, all that good stuff. And yeah, Thomas said, he felt like Chaz was more, he liked Chaz's answers better. He felt like Chaz was more ready for her, and he knows that Chaz is the one that she really likes. Anyway, I felt like Chaz and Vanessa make a good match. I want to see them work out. I don't know how it's going to go based on these previews. I don't know, but y'all let me know y'all predictions in the comments. Like, who do y'all see even working out? Because we really don't have. Do we even got a possible? I guess if we had to have a possible, we can say Patrice and Alonso, but we ain't got no books. Like if we think of this as a space game, we really ain't got no books. Okay. But anywho, um, then we get Meeka meets with Nephew Tommy. Now Meeka is like, Nephew Tommy, I need your help because like I really can't introduce none of these men to my exes. Like my last ex, like, it ended badly. I don't have no communication with him. That's not somebody I would want to even bring on the show. Like he did too much. I can't do it. So Nephew Tommy's like, okay, well, what about your father of your children? So she was like, no, my son's father basically is like, if it ain't about my son, then he not entertaining nothing. So she said she only had two exes. Okay. So Nephew Tommy's like, how about this? I come on the date and I, talk to the men because he said, I still want you to go on this date with the men. So I'll come on the date and I'll, ask them the important questions and all that. Basically, Tommy gonna pose as her ex. Not pose, but fill in the gap, which I think is a good idea. I feel like he could have did that for Jeffrey in Miami. But anywho, new season. So we on this date with Nephew Tom. Well, first it's just Meeka, Justin, and LaRon. It's the picture you see behind me. You see it? All right. So y'all ignore that some my heater's on, and I'm very happy it is because I'm cold. So yeah, so they're like, okay, Mika's like, we have to introduce y'all to the exes. So LaRon's like, oh, we gotta meet your ex. LaRon, you didn't know that? So anyway, I mean, I guess the producers don't always be telling them though, from what we learn from the cast. So anywho, um, Nephew Tommy comes to LaRon's like, Nephew Tommy, that's her ex. I'm like, that was not her ex, fool. So anyway, Nephew Tommy said, Meeka didn't have an ex she could bring on, so I'm gonna stand in the gap for her. So Nephew Tommy, he starts asking him questions. He said, okay, if we get into a disagreement, y'all get into a disagreement. No, first he asked what happened with y'all last relationships. Let me back up. He asked them first what happened with their last relationships. LaRon said, they were arguing and stuff a lot, and he likes to have a peaceful, easy life, and just didn't work out. Justin said they were starting arguing over nitpicky stuff, and it was getting petty, and that's why they didn't work out. So, what you call it? Then Nephew Tommy said, okay, if you get in a disagreement with Meeka in the morning, how you gonna smooth it over so it's good by the end of the day? LaRon said he gonna send text to fill it out and test the water, see how it is. Justin said if there's something going on, he's going to address it right then and there in the morning. Like even if he gotta be a little late for work. Meeka really liked that answer a lot and made her really, open up to Justin. So Nephew Tommy was like, okay, y'all got questions for her, what would you, if her ex was here, or what questions would you ask? And so they both wanted to know, like, okay, why didn't work out with your ex, Meeka? And so Meeka said basically, like, he continued not to, be loyal. He was never showing that he was fully with her. They just had a lot of issues. I think it was kind of toxic or something. And so she said also it was an issue with video games. He was a gamer and he, put all his attention into them video games and not her. And so LeBron was like, "Oh well, shoot, I'm a gamer too." Like, so Nephew Tommy's like, "How often you be playing video games?" And so he said, if it's he said he creates and plays video games. I was like, "Ugh, here we go." I don't have a problem with that man that plays video games, but if it's taking up so much of your time and it's obsessive like that, I'm not here for it. Like every now and then, just to relax after work on the weekend, that's fine. But if you just nonstop, like that's all you doing, like I no. So, um, LeBron said he played a video game. If it's a new game come out, he gonna play it the whole weekend. He might even take a day off from work to play the game. We're not taking a day off of work to play no game. And I'm like, LeBron's boss. LeBron's work people. He is squandering, whatever word y'all want to use, billable hours with them video games. He is wasting y'all money and y'all time with them video games. I ain't trying to get nobody fired. I ain't trying to have nobody lose their job. But LeBron is wasting y'all time. Anywho, Meeka didn't like that. That was very triggering for her, the whole video game thing. I don't blame her. Let's see. Just Meeka said, that guy really, broke her heart, and she introduced him to her son, and her son really liked him, and now her son lost that person, so she doesn't introduce. That's like really the only man she's introduced to her son, so she doesn't introduce too many men to her son. So that's why, like, it takes her a while to open up. She said one thing about her, though, that might be an issue that a guy might say is that she put more into her kids than the man. Like, basically, sometimes she gets so caught up with her kids that she may not be spending, like, giving you the time that you need. But I get it, her kids come first, but you do have to have a balance if you're trying to have a relationship with a man. And so I wonder what that looks like exactly for Meeka. Justin said his confessional. He's like, I don't know about that. Like, you gotta give me my space, but you also gotta give me my time. He said, what did he call it? Space. I forgot how he put the two words together. I can't even say how he said it. I can't even what did he say? Spine, something like that. He was trying to put space and time together. I was like, what? Anyway, Justice said he understood like where Meeka was coming from about the kids and all that, and Nephew Tommy is like, okay, he gonna get out of here. Hopefully he'll help open some doors and they could talk. So Meeka asked what they felt about it. And Ron was like, oh, you still a homie to me. You still my dog, and gave her a fist bump. Meeka says she feels like they're just friends. They are. Like, don't come in your dog and give me fist bumps. And so Justin said, he really wants to get to know her better. He hopes to have another date. She says she hopes so too. I kind of see I seen a little spark there with Meeka and Justin. I really did. Now I don't think she's gonna have another kid for Justin. And so he asked her for a hug. Yeah, LeBron, you ain't it. No, but she does seem like she likes Justin. So we can rock with that, right? Okay, we also seen Rashina introduce her ex Justin, who's also her ex-husband, and he's the father of her two boys, to Chaz. And I was like, well, why she didn't introduce him to Justin? Are they not communication anymore? That was weird. Anyway, Chaz comes and well, first of all, Rashida was making fun of her ex's sparkly shirt, and I was wondering what was going on with that sparkly shirt as well. I had questions about your ex when I saw him, Rashida. No shade, girl. Anyway, so no, Chaz was saying like, I see you guys have, really did some good co-parenting. The ex-husband said, based on communication. Chaz said what he likes about him and Rashina's communication is that they could be communicating and then some time could go by and they could just pick up where they left off. And so Rashina said, yeah, you be gone for 3 or 4 days. And I'll be like, I gotta call the hospital, the coroner, like what's going on? And so Chaz said in his confessional that like her wanting him to communicate more is something he needs to really work on. And so I think he was Chaz asked him, how do you deal with conflict with Rashina? And so Justin said just give her, her space, leave her alone. Like she liked to argue when she get mad. Rashina said she just like to get her point across. Rashina very much gives that. I think Justin asked Chaz what he likes about Rashina as well. Chaz said he could see a good connection with her, so he left. Justin said he likes that he not a no hood dude, and he seems very mannerable and respectful, and he would feel comfortable with Chaz around his kids. Um, and Rashida's happy because she wanted somebody older and he's older. I don't know if Chaz fully sees it for Rashida though. I don't know. I thought Rashida would have been home by now, to be honest. But anywho, and I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. The previews we see for next week, Nephew Tommy said that we're gonna send another man home. So I was counting, and I was like, wait, why are we sending another man home? Because once somebody goes home tonight, we'll have 5 and 5, right? So why are we sending another man home? I was confused on that. I mean, I don't know how many couples. I know sometimes Ready to Love does 3 couples, 4 couples. I don't know. I don't know what's the end goal for the show. Like they prefer to have only 3 couples or 4 couples, but yeah, I'm surprised they're gonna eliminate a man again. That I was just kind of shocked by that because I know there's 6 men, but after the person that goes home tonight, it's 5 men. I was counting on my fingers, y'all. Anywho, I think that was all the dates, y'all. It was, yeah. Yeah. So anywho, all the X dates. It was all the X dates. Lastly, we see a date with Patrice and Alonso. Alonso said he wants to show Patrice's more serious side. So he hopes that, he said he's nervous. He hopes that she takes him seriously, doesn't think like this is something he does for everybody. So he rented out a museum there in Fort Worth. Not rented it out, but basically he shut it down where it was just him and her there. And he had like rose petals, and they took a tour of the museum together, and they're talking. And Patrice seemed really like comfortable in herself. I really enjoyed this scene. Shout out to Alonso for shutting down the museum, y'all. I said, go ahead, Alonso. Such a romantic and good idea. Very like grown and sexy. Yeah, we was talking about that on Twitter. Yes, it was good. I give Alonso points for that. Alonso's winning me over. Alonso's winning me over. He could be a little clown, but he's winning me over. So, she really liked that. He had rose petals. They sat down and eat, and she's like, I think you like me a little bit. And he said he definitely likes her. She said she likes him. And he's like, I love how you've been real from day one. You always say what it is, and you don't hold back. I really appreciate that. And she likes things about him as well. And so they had a good vibe. So then we get down to the ladies' lounge with Nephew Tommy. The girls come in. The girls all look fabulous. They all look good. So anywho, Nephew Tommy asked them about their dates. Maya talked about her date. Vanessa talked about her date, how Dominique may have been a little bit jealous. Rashida talks about her date with Chaz and her ex. And Patrice talks about her date with William and Alonso and how she wished she didn't invite her ex because he's asking them crazy questions. She was like, but then, me and Alonso had a date and he rented out the museum. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh. Even Nephew Tommy's like, I got to go on a date with Alonso. So, anywho, y'all, I don't like this school logo showing in my video. So, anywho, so then Nephew Tommy asks who they are not feeling. So, Dominique's name came up quite a bit because he's not communicating with the ladies. Maya's like, I forgot he was even in the competition. Alonso's name also came up, so I guess he's not really giving the other ladies attention the way he's giving Patrice attention. Vanessa said, Alonso contacted me and gave me a little bit of insight about their date. And she's like, I was happy for him, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, like, does that mean you basically are just going for this person? Like, you mean no energy. So she's like, I can be happy for you, but I really can't be happy for you. And so, and Meeka said LaRon. Now, I thought LaRon should have been in the bottom. I don't know how LaRon skated by not being in the bottom this time because I just knew LaRon was going home. Okay, but no, we got to the end here, and it was Dominique and Alonso in the bottom. But their names did get called the most. So, also, Nephew Tommy said, after today, after one man goes home, pack y'all bags because y'all going on Nephew Tommy's getaway, overnight getaway. And the way he said it, like, okay, Nephew Tommy, it ain't yours, it's the producers, but okay. So basically, the trip is coming up next week. Finally, we get to the trip, y'all. Y'all know the trip is when it gets good. This is when we really like lock it down on who's really for who. Okay. Anywho. So the ladies got to invite the guys to the trip as well. So we see Vanessa take out Alonso and Maya takes out Dominique. So Maya's letting Dominique know, like, the ladies feel like you haven't really been pursuing or doing anything. Dominique is saying, like, he's surprised to be on a date with Maya because she's so locked down with William. He's like, oh, aren't you married now? I don't talk to married women. I don't deal with married women. And she's like, what you talking about married? He's like, yeah, you and Mr. William. And I was like, we ain't been seeing all that from William Dominique. Like, what you talking about? So, and I'm like, this is a competition, so it don't matter. They ain't married. Like, that don't mean you can't do nothing. Like, what are you saying? And so he feels like, oh, that's funny for you to say, Maya, that I haven't been applying pressure because you're all locked down and all this stuff. And so, um, across town, Vanessa's talking to Alonso, and she's saying, appreciated you telling me about your date with Patrice. It was really romantic. However, it made me think, like, where does that leave me and you? And so Alonso's like, well, I didn't know, like, with you, like, what was going on? Like, I thought the door was still open there. Like, basically, he's like, well, me and you haven't explored that. So she's like, so are you basically saying, like, you do have feelings for me? And I guess he kind of does. But I feel like he was just saying that. I don't know. So then basically Vanessa's like, well, you need to, like, basically, continue to open up, show the ladies you're serious, be more intentional with everyone. Basically, you need to play the game a little bit, Alonso. We know you like Patrice, but you need to play the game a little bit. Maybe give Rashina a little bit more attention. I don't know. So give Vanessa a little action. So ultimately, though, Alonso's ready to love. I was like, I know he better be. Okay, he the only one showing he is ready to love at this point, really. Besides, maybe William, I don't know. So, and LaRon ain't doing nothing. LaRon over there telling Meeka on the day, oh yeah, I'm a reformed guy now. Sure. So anywho, across town. Well, first of all, Vanessa said, Alonso, you're still ready to love. Then across town, Maya's like, we've been deliberating. They built up all the suspense. And Dominique, you're not ready to love. And he's like, really? I can't believe that. And in the confessional, he's like, when they told me I'm not ready to love, that really hurt me. I was like, is he being serious? Y'all see how dramatic Dominique got that confessional? And in the moment, and he was like, yeah, I don't really agree with that. But, the ladies made their decision and they did what's best for them. And I know I'm still ready to love. And he said in his confessional, ladies, I'm out here. So Dominique is single and available, y'all, I guess. Y'all gonna holler at him. He cute, but he's short. He looks short. I don't know how tall he is. I mean, you got to be at least 5'10" and above for me. But, anyway, y'all, that was pretty much the end of the episode. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out my video for Married at First Sight this week. Also, we will get to Bold and Bougie, like I said, at some point, hopefully this weekend, as well as Love is Blind, episodes 10 and 11. I've watched everything. I just haven't had the time to record, y'all. And now today, I just want to go to bed, y'all. Anyway, though, I gave y'all the best I had. I will talk to y'all again soon. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.